Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest. Please welcome back, I think for the first time, comedian and Jackass's very own Zackass.
Oh yeah.
Thanks
What's
for
up,
coming,
dude?
dog.
Yeah,
It's
thanks
been
for
a
having
minute. I've been wanting to get you for a minute, huh?
Yeah, dude.
And you know what's crazy is shout out to Vinny too. Shout out to Vinny.
Yeah, shout out, Vinny.
We still haven't done our haunted house.
Yeah, no,
vlog thing.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Yeah.
Totally down. I'm like starting to actually do that like now, like really soon.
Yeah. Do you have all the
Like the gear and
the
stuff.
gear,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the EVP shit stuff?
Yeah, so I had gear and now I just ordered new gear.
Really?
Yeah. There's like I want to like we're gonna have a spirit box thing, which is like
Is that real?
that's okay.
Is it
so,
fake or is
some
that
of
real?
it's like I don't know. It's up for like I don't know. Like people use them.
Yeah.
I think EVP is. I'm like I believe in it all. Honestly,
I do. Do you remember Art Bell? Remember Art Bell, Ghost to Ghost?
Yeah.
The radio host guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I fall asleep. I've been falling asleep to that. It's like 3
that-
hours of ghost
yeah.
stories. People call in.
Dude, that actually
Rest in
sounds
peace.
like a
Yeah.
good thing to fall asleep to.
Yeah, but he has one Art Bell. If you look up Art Bell EVP,
Yeah.
where they go to like mausoleums and stuff, like some
Yeah.
real.
I think like
Scary
EVP is like more like concrete and being like okay, this I trust that a little bit more than I trust like the ones that play like random radio things to you.
No, I want to hear spirit voices. Like if
Yeah.
you hear a woman's voice or a kid's
Yeah.
voice, you're like, okay, they can't fake that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's like literally just some EVP signal. Like
Yeah.
that's like some real shit.
Are you excited for the Exorcist Believer movie?
Yeah,
Have you seen the trailer?
Yeah, I've seen it a lot. I go to the movies all the time.
Yeah.
I go into like the theater a lot. Like I love seeing like anything in the theater.
Yeah. Did you see Talk to Me?
Yeah, Talk to Me is amazing, dude. Those guys killed it. They
I
killed
mean,
it.
dude, that's
Yeah.
probably my favorite movie of this year. I mean, as far as horror
Oh
genre.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it kind of scared me.
That scared the shit out of me. And like there's multiple times where like I look like when he's like when he's smashing his head on stuff, like different like violent things like that. Like
when Riley was doing
yeah,
that?
when he was like different, like especially with the eye stuff.
That
like,
scared me
I could
too.
barely watch that part. Dude.
Yeah,
like, I was just like, oh.
Yeah, my girl had to turn away too.
Dude, but
that
like,
kind of reminded me of Hereditary. Do you remember that scene in the
Yeah.
classroom with Hereditary?
Yeah.
When Paimon was taking over the kid's body. Yeah. That's so. Definitely check out Talk to Me.
yeah.
Are you
Talk to Me is sick.
skeptical? Are you skeptical a little bit? Because The Exorcist is such a.
Yeah,
You can't
I
recreate-
am like
Nah, it's so historical.
I'm like a little skeptical about it, but like once I heard like the classic like music in there, you know,
Yeah.
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my god, they brought me back to a place where I was like, dude,
That nostalgia.
the nostalgia
Yeah,
factor was
yeah.
very high for me. So like,
and then the mother's in it. Remember?
yeah,
And I like that part where one of the girls, the white girl's like, "Are you looking for Reagan?"
yeah,
And then it's
yeah.
like, oh, they're bringing the past back into like this series. Do you think it's interesting that 2 girls are getting possessed instead of usually just see one possession? Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, I think like all like they had to like I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good take on it. Like, I think it'll be solid. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be bad.
Have you seen The Pope's Exorcist?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I bought it. It was on sale.
Yeah.
It was kind of a
Nah, not good.
yeah, it was kind of a pooper. Yeah, but
When did that come out?
that was in theaters a couple months ago, but it's on.
Oh, okay.
I got it on
Yeah.
iTunes. Like because I'm so frugal, I like wait for stuff to go on sale on iTunes for
Yeah.
the $4.99 bin, and then
Yeah.
I just buy stuff. Like I just bought what did I buy? I bought Alien Covenant.
Yeah.
Like last night for $4.99.
Yeah.
And I saw that, but I'm like, oh, I should have seen because I didn't know it was the thing like Prometheus, and then you had to watch Prometheus first, and then you watch this because I was confused of the story.
Yeah, I haven't seen all of the Alien movies.
Which ones have you seen? Alien? You've seen the original.
Yeah, I've seen the original.
You've seen Aliens. Aliens.
Yeah. What was the one where they're like, oh my god, I randomly watched.
Or Bill Paxton's. Yeah, that one. I love that one. Where Paxton's in it. But what about the one with Winona Ryder?
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
That's 3. Is that 3?
I might have seen. I might have actually seen all of them.
Yeah, and then there's Alien Resurrection. Yeah, dude, and then I just met Steve-O for like I didn't really know the guy, but he just did Scissor Bros. So and I was expecting more. He's kind of like. I was expecting something different from him. He's like kind of serious.
Oh yeah, he's like very serious.
Yeah, like I was expecting the zany guy.
Yeah, but he's a very serious jokester.
Yeah, he was like being very like calm and like direct. And
he's definitely like way calmer than most people.
No, I dug it. I dug it. What's the history with? I know you've been asked this like 100 times, but. How did you even like link up with Steve-O personally? Like,
okay, so Steve-O personally, that was like before all the Jackass stuff. I had a bunch of viral videos online.
On YouTube?
On like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok wasn't a thing yet. Just like all the like social medias, Facebook, like everything. And I had like viral video after viral video, and then I did this one with a bunch of firecrackers.
What, Bobcat firecrackers?
Like the rolls of firecrackers
on your body.
Yeah, I duct
Dude, I gotta give you a pound. You get gnarly, bro. People don't know you do get gnarly.
Yeah.
So
I pretty much made like a suicide vest, sort of, and like out of them.
Wait, was it crisscross applesauce?
Yeah, it was.
So it was a real crisscross.
Yeah, you have to. Dude, it's so ridiculous. I made like a suicide vest with it. And like lit them, and I duct taped it to my body though, so it was like fully on me. But I had firecrackers go off on me before, but not like the strips.
Yeah.
Like the big rolls of them. So when I taped it though, I didn't think about it, but I taped the fuse to me. So the fuse was going off all around my body, just like on my skin, like directly on my skin.
So where you get that was third degree burns all over your body.
Second and third degree burns.
Second and third degree burns all over your body.
Yeah, like everywhere. And I did it in the winter in Indiana, so I was like all burnt. And the first thing I thought that would be good was to jump into the snow. And worst idea ever.
Why? What happened there?
Instantly, the cold made it like 10 times worse.
Are you scarred from that? Do you have scars?
You can't really tell like much anymore, but like,
dude.
If I get sunburned,
here's your Red Bull, dude. Come on,
if I get sunburned,
hey, cheers, man, cheers.
Hell yeah.
We're all good. We're still alive and kicking. Yeah. But
if I get sunburned, you can it like pops back up like where it was at.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's the gnarliest thing? Because I saw something you skateboarding into like cactus thorn spikes.
So that was when
the thorns were the spikes were sticking into your skin.
Yeah, that's when I first actually met Steve-O. So after I did the firecracker video, he reshared it on Instagram. And I was wearing this clothing brand that he was like working with. So he hit them up and was like, "Hey, I want to like meet this guy." And he saw all the other crazy stuff I've been doing.
Yeah.
And Steve-O flies me out, and I'm gonna make this video with him. I didn't know what we were gonna film though.
Yeah.
I get off the plane, and I have a text saying like, "What do you think about cacti?" And I was like, "I've never been in one." He's like, "Well, do you want to jump into one?" And I was like, "Okay." Thinking it was gonna be this little cactus thing.
Steve-O was asking you that?
Yeah, and I was just
so
like,
that was your
it
was kind of like an audition or
kind of and like it was just seeing like how gnarly I was gonna get.
Yeah.
And I get there and it's this giant cactus patch, like it's enormous.
Yeah, it's like a whole. Yeah. And then did that bring fear into you?
Oh yeah, it was scary. Like I definitely get scared before I do stuff. And
I'm glad you disclosed that because maybe people. I mean, because I was thinking, what's your the psychology.
I get scared before I do it, but then like after, once you do something and you're not like as long as you don't die, you know? Or like it's not as bad as you would think, you get this like awesome feeling of like, oh my gosh, like I just did that.
Yeah.
And then that like is like a good feeling that like I feel like a lot of people chase that, you know?
Right. Is it? Do you get a rush like
Yeah,
like you know how
that's kind
you
of like
play people like video games and when they get a kill they get that the rush.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a rush when you're doing initially when you do it.
Yeah.
And then when like once
the
you come
dopamine,
out,
the
yeah,
dopamine.
once you come out of it,
yeah,
there's a rush too. And then it also just depends on how hurt you are because you might not feel it like you would.
Yeah.
Like you might not feel the I just made it rush if you get really hurt. It might be more like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Yeah. No, are there stuff that doesn't physically hurt you, but that might scare you? Like, would you do a Ouija board challenge?
Yeah, I would. That does scare me though.
I know because Jeremiah won't do it on Scissor Bros.
So yeah, the thing is, like with Ouija boards, I had a really gnarly experience with Ouija boards.
Can you talk about it a little bit?
100%. I will.
Okay, yeah. Give us some context. What year was it and everything?
So it was like, I think this was like 2003 or something. And I grew up in a very Christian household.
Me too. I grew up with Christianity.
Yeah.
I went to Student Venture, the whole shit. Yeah.
Like I knew in my
and
house.
And then the thing that was well, because I see the cross on the side. Yeah.
So like the Ouija board stuff that was not allowed in my house at all.
Yeah, I don't think in any household
like
in
that.
America would allow that.
None of that kind of shit. And then like my sister's friend, her family they didn't care. They weren't Christian at all. So they had a Ouija board in their house. And my sister went over there with her friend and they come back home crying. They're freaking out. Her friend opened up the Ouija board. Like when you use a Ouija board, you have to you do I guess it's I haven't actually used one in a while, so I don't remember. But you have to close it out when you're done.
Wait, is that an unspoken rule, man?
It's part of the rules on the board, I think.
It says you have to put it back in the packaging.
No, well, you have to do this thing to close it out, so it closes whatever
the spirit gate or something.
Yeah, whatever it is, whatever you're talking to.
Yeah. Oh, it's like talk to me.
Yeah. So you have to close it out. That's a rule.
Close the door on it.
There's also other rules about how you're supposed to dispose of a Ouija board if you ever do.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's rules to it. So if you were to you're never supposed to burn a Ouija board ever.
I was just gonna say, you're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to.
Why?
Because if you
seals the gate.
It it opens you up to one or two things can happen if you burn a Ouija board. One is supposed to be you're gonna hear this loud screeching scream.
So that's a real demon. A demon.
Then you would just die. And
really?
then the second thing that could happen is if you whatever you were talking to will attach itself to you for the rest of your life.
Really?
And the first thing when they told me that, I'm we have to burn this fucking Ouija board.
So this is going back to the story with the sister.
Yeah. The first thing. So when my sister came back and told me that, my first thing I thought was we need to burn this thing.
Oh
and
no!
I go over there and we get the Ouija board. A couple other neighborhood kids are with me. We bring it back to my house. We have a fire pit in my backyard. We're pouring gas on it. We're pouring lighter fluid on it. All this stuff.
Yeah.
We weren't even supposed to be lighting stuff on fire in my house, but my family wasn't home. So we're lighting it on fire, and it won't light. This thing will not light. We've been pouring gas on it and everything.
Is it wet or is there snow?
It was no, this is a normal summer day.
Oh, dude.
It won't light at all.
Yeah.
And we're all freaking out why isn't it lighting? And finally, somehow it lights. After probably half an hour of trying to get it to light.
Yeah.
All the embers form into a face as it's burning. And
No,
I'm not joking.
No,
I'm not
dude.
joking. There's other people there. All the embers form into this face.
No,
it just sort of looks like a devil almost, and it just floats away.
No.
And then nothing, they didn't close out that Ouija board. So whatever they were talking to supposedly.
Yeah.
Well, technically, so I lit it. Then technically, because I didn't die, whatever that was would be attached to me. And
like a demon.
Yeah, whatever that is. And then after that happened, we didn't really think anything of it at that point because I didn't even know about the rules of the Ouija board until later.
I didn't know either. I'm learning from you right now.
Until later in my life. And when that happened, so after that is when a couple of different weird instances happened in my different things happened in my house that I would consider unexplained, supernatural, paranormal, unexplained.
Go ahead. Can you say a couple?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So one of the first things was I was trying to write this off for the longest time, but I was we had a Just a normal, like, one-level home. It was, like, maybe, like, 3 bedrooms.
This is in Indiana?
Yeah, in Indiana. It was, like, a normal one-level home in, like, just a normal neighborhood. But there was also a basement. And so the basement was fully redone, so there's a shower down there, too. But the shower upstairs.
I don't know why I'm, like, trying to defend myself.
Yeah, so the
From
shower.
Story right now.
Yeah,
I'm
the
getting,
shower.
like, super defensive, dude. Like,
the shower upstairs is, like, so that's, like, the main, like, shower I'd use. So anytime, like, I was showering, like, I don't know when this exactly started happening, but it happened a couple times. As I'm taking a shower, it felt like someone put their hand on my back. And it was one of the scariest things. It scared
like you really felt a...
I really felt like someone... It wasn't just like I felt like a shift of wind.
Was it a cold hand?
It was just like I could feel something like touching my back.
Would do it to me right now. Like,
yeah, it was like... Felt. It was just like...
Oh, dude. Okay.
Yeah, it was so scary. It was so scary.
Especially in the shower, because you're supposed to... That's like a safe
you're
place.
Alone, dude. You're alone. You think you're there with your thoughts.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
And when that happened... Like, so... Literally, I feel that. Like, that happened a couple times.
Yeah,
and I'm, like, trying to, like... Okay,
wait, that in the shower?
Dude, it scared the shit out of me. Like, so it scared me. Like, so,
Are you sure it wasn't the hot water, man?
Dude, no. Like,
no, that wasn't hot water. That was a touch.
Yeah. Like, cause I'm like.
Can you clear that? Do it 3 times. Just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
There you go. Clear it out. Clear it out.
Yeah,
thank
fucking.
you. Clear it out, dude.
So So, anyways, I'm like trying to think like, is there like a window? Like, what is happening? You know, like what? Like, how is this isn't real? You know, I'm trying to act like it's not happening. And then one day, my sister's taking a shower, and I hear her scream. Well, she's in the shower, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I was like, are you okay? She wouldn't tell me what happened. And then another time, she's taking a shower, and I hear her scream again. I'm like, seriously, like, what? Why are you screaming? And she's like, it felt like someone put their hand on my back. And I was just like, oh, my God, dude.
No.
Dude,
Can I share something kind of similar to that?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'm from a place called Poway in San Diego, and I didn't know this, but there is native history. It's derivative from like Parkway or some Indian word. But basically, our house was built on top of a burial ground.
Oh wow!
So, but I didn't know that in like
what's that movie?
Poltergeist. There was a movie that was kind of like Poltergeist. But back then I had like Bible verses in my room.
Yeah.
I must have been like in middle school, and I remember I like went through like I almost got possessed.
Yeah.
And it was like sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
But it was like a legion of like spirits or demons.
Yeah.
And they held me down, and they were like whispering in my ear, like it was like.
Oh my gosh! Dude.
And so this kind of relates to your story as far as like it'd be if it was just me, like maybe I was tripping.
Yeah.
But it happened to my brother.
Oh
and
my gosh.
his bedroom was clear near the laundry room to swimming pool.
Yeah.
He had to jump in the swimming pool to get rid of him.
Dude.
He just went and then
That's
but going
so
back
scary.
to I know. That's why I want to do some
I definitely
some
want
ghost
to do
hunting
that.
stuff with you.
Yeah, that would be sick.
But what was the second indicator?
Okay,
as far as...
so after I was later on, like years later, I started like getting into like going and like paranormal investigation when I was younger. And so
you're always kind of
I was always like into that and like there's a couple of different like nothing really super crazy happened. Like more than like us getting trespassing tickets.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Like where would you go into like more like graveyards and stuff?
There was like this there was a graveyard. There's a couple of different like websites that would tell you different like possible haunted places in Indiana. And there was like this one where like if you like where you're like counting these steps like in a graveyard, like you'll like see something. We didn't really see anything.
Who's we? Just you and your homies?
Yeah, me and my friends.
Yeah.
We would go do this stuff, and then we did this one where it was in Illinois. It was like one of Al Capone's like dumping grounds.
Oh damn! Some mob killings.
Yeah, so that one was kind of gnarly. It was really scary.
And those spirits are unsettled. They're probably mad that because that was unjust the way they just got shot or something. Yeah.
And then there
was. So would you hear voices like?
It was just always like we would like. Sometimes we hear stuff. That was really about it. Or like when we take pictures and stuff, there's always like orbs and all those types of things.
Yeah, so you saw that? You seen orbs and stuff?
Yeah, we saw orbs a lot. That was like a lot of stuff. But I didn't really have gear and stuff back then.
Yeah.
So then, like, if we would have had EVP, I'm pretty sure we would have
Oh,
heard
for
some
sure.
insane shit.
There have been some mobsters,
There
Italian
was also
mobsters.
this one I want to go back to if it's still there. It's an abandoned boys' school.
Oh, for sure,
Dude. And,
yeah,
like,
there's stuff in
it's
there.
this, like, Catholic school that got shut down.
Yeah, dude.
For, like undisclosed reasons.
For
And, like,
sure. Yeah.
And, like, we would go in there a lot. But this place was very scary. Where, like, it had, like, this, like, probably, like, a half-mile, like, walkway. Like,
With the hallway?
Like, well, it was
the
like
school itself?
Just a driveway to get up to it.
Oh, that's scary.
Dude, and, like,
Was it a windy road?
Yeah, it was a very windy, like, driveway to get up to it.
Yeah.
And we had to park in, like, some neighborhoods and walk, like, a mile to even get there.
No.
So we wouldn't, like, get arrested for, like,
Yeah,
parking near it and
trespass.
stuff.
Yeah.
So we would go, but when we get there, like, to that driveway, we would start, like, the first few times, it sounded like it's all grown, all the grass and everything's grown up. No one takes care of this place.
Yeah.
And it sounded like there was, like, a dog, like, running behind us, okay? And, like, you could hear the dog, like, sort of panting. And it sounded like it had, like, this metallic, like, collar, you know, like a metal, like, dog collar. And you just, like, a very, like, you could hear it, like, rattling. And, like, it sounded exactly like that.
It's like,
Like if
hounds from hell.
Like a hellhound, almost.
Yeah,
And,
from Lost Boys.
So we would hear that, and we always assumed, you know, yeah, someone has a dog. They have a dog on the property or something.
Yeah.
We never looked back. We
Of
always
course.
just ran.
Oh,
And
God.
it always sounded like it was right behind us. And we always thought we just, like, somehow just got away.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then, like, probably, like, the third or fourth time we went, like, I looked behind me, and there's nothing there.
Really?
Like, at all.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
Do you think about when you've done this stuff? Do you ever think about like the afterlife and what happens after you die? Like,
yeah,
are they stuck on this realm or?
Yeah, I think there's like a couple things.
Yeah,
where, like,
what's your theories?
There's definitely like a thing where like maybe they are stuck here
and they're on
like,
a loop because I
there's,
feel like they're on a
some
loop
sort
or
of a
something.
loop.
Yeah.
There's also like I've heard a bunch of other people say this where like if something like traumatic or like crazy like happens, you know,
What when you die?
like when you die, like it like impacts like just like the universe and like atoms and like everything and like whatever it is, it's just like permanently like stuck in that
energy.
like that energy is
Yeah.
just stuck there no matter what.
Have you thought about your like the way you want to die?
Not really. Like I try not to think about it, honestly. No, it's
Sorry,
okay.
I didn't mean to
no,
go
it's
dark.
okay.
Yeah.
No, but I mean everyone's gonna die. So
Yeah,
it's just
but
like,
I've thought about it. Like I think the best way to go is maybe in your sleep or something. I would
yeah,
want to,
probably something like that. Like
So I'm
you
sure
know,
when you're like,
or like maybe like
yeah.
everything's good, you know, like everything's going well.
Mm-hmm.
At least you like die in like a high note, you know, or like every
Right.
like all like if you have like a feud with somebody or like you guys make up, you know.
Oh,
you
like
know, you gotta-
right,
like
right.
everything's good in the world, like on your end.
You
of
say
it.
all your amends.
Yeah, everything's good in your world.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and like everything's just good. You
Right. What do you think a good age like to die is like?
know?
Like maybe in your 80s or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends. Like, I mean, it would suck to like be like suffering too. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
if,
yeah,
if
yeah,
something
yeah,
happens
yeah,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So like, I don't know. It just depends on like. Also, like it's sort of weird. Like sometimes when people die, like I feel like sometimes like, cause so with like friends and I know this is like a little bit different, but like when you have a friend, like you have I think they say you have friends for like a couple different reasons. It's like friends forever, like friends for a season, like friends for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
And like sometimes I think like maybe like people's lives are like just those like lessons, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like some people are only meant to be here for like a very short period of time, but it will be like very impactful, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And like that is like potentially like still, yeah, it would be like everyone wants that person to still be around, but what they did in that short amount of time they had was like worthwhile, you know? It was like totally worth
like because Kurt Cobain was kind of young when he died.
Yeah, yeah.
And look at all the great art and music,
Yeah.
and all the songs he put out. Would you, if you had you know what scares me about that is even going back to Talk to Me.
Yeah.
I don't want to like spoil it, but it's like that scares me. Is like let's
That
say
ending was
that scared. Well, that scared me, and I thought about it because I thought a lot about like, oh, how awesome it was like a twist.
Yeah.
But I would hate for the afterlife to be desolate and like
Yeah,
where
I
you're
mean,
alone like that in some
yeah.
spirit realm.
I don't-
And I would not want that at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's like I don't know. I would hope that it's not like that. I hope it's like So one of my friends that does like stunts and stuff, my friend Kyler,
Yeah.
he was doing the stunt where he had like these fluorescent light bulbs, like the long tubes, like duct taped to his back. And when he was doing this stunt where he had him duct taped to his back, he's on a bike and he runs into this rope and falls backwards onto them. And one of the light tubes like impaled him when it happened.
It punctured him?
It like punctured, like something happened where like it broke weird. Usually those things break into like a million pieces.
Is it glass too?
Yeah, so it's just a glass like spear.
Yeah.
Just goes through his back into his lung, and like there's glass like on his heart, all this crazy stuff. Like it messed him up, and he had to go to the he didn't know how bad it was until he went to the hospital. But when they didn't know how bad it was at all. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna do surgery tomorrow. Like you'll be like this just sucks. Like your lungs collapsed, but it'll be fine till tomorrow." Literally like 2 minutes after that, he flatlines, and they bring him back. But he told me, I was like one of the first thing, not like immediately because I didn't want to like freak him out, but I was like, "So what happens?"
Oh, because he was in that world. He was in the purgatory world.
He was dead for like
flatliners.
He was technically dead for like a little chunk of time.
What did he say?
And he said it was just like this was like upsetting because he was just like it was. But this may not be like the full on end because he was brought back, but it was just darkness and it was quiet and it was calm. Like it was the calmest like he like ever felt. And,
so it was like talk to me.
Yeah, it was like the calmest he'd ever felt.
But he said it was dark.
Yeah, he said it was just darkness, and it was, like, the calmest thing ever. Like, he never felt like that before.
Would you be okay for eternity?
That would kind of suck.
Yeah, just dark and
quiet. At least,
quiet.
put a movie on or something, dude. Like,
oh, no music, nothing,
something, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be okay if it was dark, but then there's a screen, and I could play, like, a video game or something. Yeah. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But would you do this? Let's say they're like, okay, well, you could sit in the darkness for eternity, but then this is an option. You could haunt people.
Yeah,
on Earth.
I feel like that would be more fun.
That would be more fun.
Yeah, at least you could go do stuff.
Yeah, you could do stuff. Yeah, you could fly around.
Because like just sitting in the dark, that would be like, dude, like.
But you know what? Maybe that was the introductory thing of because usually that happens. Then the light appears.
Yeah,
and then he walks to the light or something.
Yeah.
Or you ever thought about this? Like if you walk to the light and then you just get recycled, you get a memory wipe and you get put into a different body, and it's just like.
Yeah, I was like, I'm really curious, like, because they're making a sequel.
Wait, on Talk
to Me. Yeah, they got greenlit for a sequel, and I'm wondering like what they're gonna do, like if it's gonna follow the same person at all.
Oh, Riley, I would like to see Riley's story.
Or if they will like go into some, because like they could easily go into some other story. You know?
Yeah.
But like they're doing another movie, I guess, for that. I think fully greenlit.
Those dudes are like that was their first movie, right?
Yeah, that was their first movie. Those dudes are like.
They're Australian, right?
Yeah, these Australian, like, dude, they were like YouTubers at first.
Yeah.
And they started off like doing stunts and wrestling.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
How I always knew them.
Right. Oh, so you knew them before the movie.
Yeah. That's how I always knew them. I didn't like know them. I never actually met them.
Yeah.
But like we've like commented at each other or whatever online. We follow each other and stuff.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, and then I was like, oh, dude, like they went to like Sundance. Like, their movie is, like, doing well.
It's doing good, yeah.
Then they got picked up by A24, and then they had meetings with, like, every major studio.
Are you a fan of A24?
Yeah, definitely.
Me too,
definitely.
Yeah,
dude, they're directing the Street Fighter movie.
Wait, there's a Street Fighter?
They're directing a live-action Street Fighter movie.
That's been done before, though. They made
but they're doing like, a reboot or something. And
really?
But with, like, their, like, wrestling background and their, like, fighting stuff, I think they're gonna, like, have a very interesting take on it.
What if they're, like... What if they wanted to cast? Would you definitely do it if they wanted to cast you?
If I was in something like that, if I ever had that possibility, I would be so down. Because like.
But what if they're like, we want you to be Blanca, and like the makeup's crazy, like it's yellow makeup, and they're putting like this prosthetics and spikes on you.
Dude, I would be down for whatever, dude. That's so gnarly.
And they're like, we're gonna infuse you with like electricity. Yeah. Because you're so gnarly with it, yeah. Would you do it? Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So are they? So Ryu's going to be at Ken, Bison.
I'm not sure exactly what the story, like if they're going with like if it's like a full-on reboot, or if there's like a certain storyline, or if they have a script already, or if they have to write it. Or
Did you grow up playing that game?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember back then. But this is before like the consoles.
Yeah.
That we'd go to Round Table Pizza.
Yeah.
And you put your quarters on the, and the best guy worked at the pizza place.
When I first started like playing video games, I was given like there was still arcade stuff like that.
Yeah, this is in the 80s.
I grew up like 91.
Okay.
Is when I was born.
Yeah.
So like there was still arcade stuff going on. But then my first console I was given was an NES, even though that wasn't the current newest.
Yeah.
And then I was given a Super Nintendo, and then
That's what's up. Yeah, I remember that. I had one too. Yeah.
Then I went to PlayStation right after that.
What kind of games were you into? Were you into first person shooters or role playing?
Yeah,
games?
yeah. I definitely liked first person shooters. Like when I was playing NES though, and like in Super Nintendo, like I was definitely playing like a lot of like beat 'em up stuff. And just like fighters.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. I was really like, so I wasn't allowed, because I was super Christian, I wasn't allowed to play Mortal Kombat.
Why not? That was
I know, that was like the
because you would rip out their spine. Like
I wasn't allowed to play that.
Yeah.
But I was like, I would be playing like Clay Fighters and like Clay Fighters was fun though.
Yeah.
But then like
I gotta write that down. I don't think I've got into.
Dude, you should play Clay Fighters.
Yeah?
It's pretty fun.
Clay Fighters.
Also, have you played Turtles in Time?
No. I don't know. I don't know any of those stuff.
So Turtles in Time is
that Teenage Mutant Ninja?
Yes.
Turtles in Time?
Yeah, it's the best. They also had an arcade version of that.
Yeah, I didn't know you were into Teenage Mutant Ninja.
I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So, like, Turtles
I didn't
in
know
Time
that. Yeah.
I've tried to, like, do, like, speed runs of Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
But I'm, like, just not as good as I thought I was. When I was a kid, I was like, dude, I'm so good at this.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But people, like, really do that. Like, they'll, like, try to play it, like, so fast.
Yeah. So you didn't get into RPGs, like Fallout later?
So, not really.
Are you on Starfield right now? Are you playing Starfield?
No, I'm not.
Because I just went over to my brother's.
I don't even have a console right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a console right now, but, like, so...
Dude, he's playing the 16 hours a day.
Yeah, I need to get... I was really into Legend of Zelda, though, and stuff like
that. Yeah.
I want to play the newest one, like, really bad. That one looks
cool.
that's
on
the Switch.
The Switch.
Yeah. The Switch is cool.
But I remember the OG Zelda, Zelda game. Yeah,
that stuff's cool.
Yeah. So what are you playing it? Are you on Warzone? Do you play Warzone at all, or
no? I don't play like any games right now.
You'd be huge on Twitch,
if I was like streaming or something. That would be really fun. I'm definitely wanting to get like some sort of console.
Yeah.
And do that like sometime like soon. So many people keep telling me that.
Well, you should game or you should.
And then like the
stream.
thing is, so it's like really fun. Like that, I miss doing that. Mm-hmm. Like just playing games in general. Like I also got into like PC gaming when I was in middle school.
Okay.
And I was like I was playing Halo on.
Oh, I love Halo. Yeah. Halo was the bomb. Yeah.
Like. Dude, playing the
first Halo.
Halo Combat Evolved, playing in Blood Gulch, like all the time.
Yeah, that was the bomb. Were you like? What was your high school experience like? Were you kind of an outcast or? So
when I was in high school, it was more like I had friends that were super popular, but I also had friends that were just like losers, you know. Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. I never really called anyone a loser.
But you got along with everyone.
I sort of got along with everybody. I may also have a different perception of like what I actually was in school.
Right.
You know. But yeah, I had a decent like school.
Did you date any? Did you date?
Not in school, no. I was like,
because I didn't in high school, like because of Christianity.
Yeah,
I would invite girls to like Bible studies. And stuff.
I would.
Like I would, yeah. Like all my homies, they would like go out with girls, and I'm like, and I didn't. I was so pure with it that
Like when I got to like, I was a lot like that up to like, probably, I think it was like when I actually got into like, it was probably freshman year is when I started like all
dating.
Well, not even date. I didn't date anyone in high school. Like I was.
Were you a virgin up until college?
Pretty much.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
I was kind of like self-conscious about that.
Yeah.
Like I went to ASU and my friends from high school, they came to visit me.
Yeah.
And so one of my friends, like my childhood friend, he pulled me into the bathroom. He goes, "So, how you doing with the women, man? So you hooking up?" And I lied to him.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything. And I go, "Yeah, I'm doing good, man." Yeah. And he's
great.
like, "Are you sure?" Like, you doing good? And I'm like, because they always, you know what I mean? Like, I was always the late bloomer. I was a little self-conscious about that until it happened. Do you remember the first time you lost your virginity?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it awkward or?
Honestly, it wasn't like that weird. Like it was like,
it was okay.
It was like kind of like, it was just like, it was just kind of like, I don't know. It just felt like
uneventful.
Yeah, it was just sort of like,
because
like cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I did it. Like,
was it like, were you in your head the whole time? Like, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I was just like but dude, I've had, it was so fun. Like, so I didn't come the first time. And I was like, I don't think this counts, dude.
But thanks for your honesty, though.
No, but I didn't, and I was just like, I don't think this even counts, dude.
Mine was the exact opposite. It was like 2 seconds, and I was like, oh.
That's the thing. I've had that happen, like, after that.
Right. Wait. Why do you think that is? Were you, because you're in your head about it?
I'm just, like, setting the standards very high for myself, you know?
But like, why do you think that is? Because you're in your head about it?
I think it was just because it's all, like, a mental thing.
It is a mental thing. Yeah.
Like, 100%.
So what was the first, what was it like the first time you actually, like, ejaculated or whatever?
So the first time, like,
were you?
I mean, that was awesome. Like it was,
yeah.
It just like what it was still like, okay, this is sad.
Yeah. It's like junior year of college.
Yeah, and it's like sick. This is what everyone's been you know talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
now, like when you got,
now I need to get better at this.
right. Because there's a skill with that too, right?
Yeah, it's like, okay. Like,
because you know what's weird is like, because, you know, I don't know if it's because being in a Korean household, like my dad never gave me those talks.
Yeah.
Or I never had a role model to tell you like how to navigate through that, right? Like,
yeah, and then it's just like, and then like, just like normal sex, it's just like, okay, like that, okay, so I'm not the best at that, and then it's like, okay, so going down and so how do you do that? Like no one teaches
there's
you
no
that,
YouTube videos.
And it's like, okay, I remember the first time they're like, yeah, this isn't. I don't like.
Yeah. You know,
like, what are you doing?
On top of that, even like relationships, like being in a relationship, because it's like no one teaches you that either.
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
I don't
can you
know.
like give me some pointers?
Yeah, like
you should know how to do this.
Yeah, like all the stuff that I learned is like what not to do. Like, all right, don't play video games for that amount of time.
Yeah,
make sure you wake up at this time.
Yeah,
because my sleep schedule, I'm still struggling. Like, because it's like the way I go about, I still do like man cave, like single life when it's like I should be. Being a lot more, I guess, mindful towards my partner on like, but it's weird. Yeah, I'm trying to, I guess you have to just learn as you go.
It's definitely one of those things.
It's definitely one of those things. Yeah. So do you remember, when did you start doing your gnarly stuff? Like, how'd you get into all that?
So I started doing that probably like, well, I got my first video camera when I was 10. Mm-hmm. And I started, and like, not a lot of, like, back then, kids didn't just have video cameras. Because this is like...
Like the VHS ones, or?
Yeah, it was a mini DV camera.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it was a mini DV camera. And,
with those mini tapes?
And, like, I had to learn, like, how to use, like, I take a FireWire cable and put it into the computer, and then, like, I already had, like, taught myself how to, like... Sorry.
No, you're good.
But yeah, so I had to, like, I'd like teach myself a bunch of computer stuff. Like I had a computer like at a very young age too, because my mom did a bunch of computer stuff. She would like build websites for people.
Oh,
and stuff.
right.
So I had access to computers very young. So I just sort of taught myself how to do everything. And so I would like edit my own videos and stuff. Like I learned that like right away.
Right.
Like very young, and then. I would film like little short films and stuff with people. Like when I was a kid, I would like try to make the first thing I ever filmed was like I filmed like this gangster movie. Like the first day I got the camera.
Do you still got that?
No, I don't.
Oh, that'd be dope to bring it back. Yeah,
that'd be so sick. But like we did like a fake drive-by in front of my house and all this stuff. It was so sick, dude.
Okay.
My neighbors were like, "What the fuck?
What are you guys filming?
What is going on?"
That was your idea?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
And then we did. And the next thing I made was like a little like it was like an alien movie and like this alien.
You
like,
went sci-fi?
Yeah, I went sci-fi
Yeah.
for the second. Yeah.
Did you get like fake blood and?
Yeah, we had like fake
slime?
blood. I tried to do like a bullet time thing, like from the Matrix, like where we kill the alien.
Yeah,
But, like
yeah.
we couldn't do. We didn't. I didn't do it through special effects. I was doing like practical effects,
Mm-hmm.
and I put like. I made this like I took this battery and put like this silver electric tape on it and tried to
Nice.
make it look like a bullet.
Yeah.
And I like held it on like a string and like filmed it going up, dude. It was so funny.
That's sick. That's sick. Yeah.
And like so we did all, and it just goes like directly into the alien's
Oh
head.
my goodness.
And,
Yeah.
like,
Do you
and
have
it's
that film?
I don't have any of that.
Oh,
stuff
imagine
anymore.
if you had
Dude,
to archive that. And
dude,
bring
that
it
would be
back.
amazing.
Yeah.
But the thing was, we would do that stuff, but then eventually, like, it would always end up being like. Sometimes we would just end up filming like my friends and I doing stupid stuff,
Like fart stuff.
like like that, or like jump, like say like my friend's gonna jump off like some random thing in his backyard,
Like off
or
a
whatever.
trampoline or something.
Yeah, just like stuff like that, or like some play set thing that they had. Just like little stupid things, or like we would take all the cushions from the living room and like jump off of stuff onto them.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And then it evolved into like when Jackass came out, I was in elementary school and I was just like, dude, like my friends are all telling me about it. I wasn't allowed to watch it.
Yeah.
Like I had to like sneak and watch it by like pressing the channel return and then going back to like Nickelodeon
Yeah,
or like
yeah,
Nick
yeah,
at Night
yeah.
or something, you know? Yeah, and like
Nick,
I
Nick.
like yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Zach, what are you doing in here? And it's
Yeah.
like, they're like thinking they're hearing like some like beeps like from people cursing and stuff
Yeah.
on TV.
So you were a fan of that
Yeah,
even
and
as a kid.
I liked that as a kid, and I wasn't allowed to watch it. But then we would, you know, so I was influenced by that, and then even though I tell you not to do it at home, we started filming stuff like that.
Oh, because
like,
you
just
were
like
inspired by that.
Yeah, we were 100% inspired by that,
Yeah.
and so I kept filming myself doing that, and then eventually, as like I got into middle school, the things that we were doing started getting gnarlier.
Like it got gnarlier and
Yeah, and
gnarlier.
it started getting gnarlier and gnarlier. And by the time I was in like freshman year of high school, it was to the point where I was like, okay, like we were making like these DVDs and selling them in school where it's like
really?
where it was skits and like funny random things, like pranks and like some little stunt stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, one of my friends was like, dude, let's just do all stunt stuff. And I was like, okay, like, you know, and we did, and it got like it was received like well, like from everyone, and then YouTube becomes the thing.
So you guys
And
got
we
the
start-
channel going?
So we started putting stuff online and on Facebook. Not on Facebook, it was MySpace video at the time.
Yeah.
And we're putting stuff on all these different websites and stuff, and then, you know, everything just keeps getting crazier, and then eventually, when I'm like in like probably junior year of high school, like all these different like TV shows and like stuff were like emailing me like, hey, we saw your clip online.
Oh my
We want to
goodness.
use your clip. We want to pay you to use your clip in this show. It was like True TV had like there was a digital cable channel. They had like shows like Top 20 Dumbest or World's Dumbest
Yeah.
Clips. They had all these clip shows like Ridiculousness before Ridiculousness was a thing. And then there was also Tosh.0, and then Ridiculousness like came out, and they're like, oh, we want to use a bunch of your clips. And like I was able to take like one video and license it to like non-exclusively license it to a bunch of different shows.
How much?
Like, so it just depends. Like sometimes it'd be like $200. Sometimes it would be like 500
For a clip?
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like
Oh.
1,000. It just depends like what it was.
Do you show your parents the checks? Like, hey, I'm
Dude,
getting
yeah,
paid
like
now.
I was like, so I wasn't even like old enough to sign contracts, and I was like lying about my age.
Oh my.
And I was just pretending to be
Yeah,
like 18.
yeah.
And just signing it like I was born in 1990.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Because why not
and,
get paid? Yeah.
Yeah, and then like I had a bank account, so that wasn't a problem. So
Yeah.
like I was, but yeah, so I started doing that, and then finally I turned like 18, and then my family's like, oh, like, cause I started telling them like, hey, like this is gonna be on TV or whatever, and they're noticing all that, and then it got to the point where I was making like good money from that, like more than I
course.
would if I was doing like a part-time
Part
job,
job.
or something.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I was like, oh, like, I can do this. Like, I can make, like, some sort of career out of this. Because, like, I knew other people, they were doing, like, similar things. Like, because there was, like, other stunt crews of people that were filming stuff.
Yeah.
And they were making it into, like, a career, pretty much. Like, they were able to, like, some of them had, like, DVDs and stuff, like, in Best Buy and, like, all this different stuff.
Wow.
And like I was like, dude, I want to do that. So eventually I end up like I start getting in trouble at school a lot.
For pranks?
For like stunt stuff, and like they're trying to get me in trouble for filming gnarly stuff like with my friends outside of school. Like things that didn't even actually have to do with school at all, but they're like, this is a school problem because Zach's like getting these people from our school and like having them do dangerous stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like, and then one of the major things was they were like, yeah, he's recruiting people to light themselves on fire, which was kind of true, but not like fully. Because like we like searched like the safest way to light yourself on fire, which is so funny.
Dang.
And like I did it first.
Yeah.
Before anyone else did.
That's pretty gnarly.
And that was one of my first like really, really viral videos.
Oh,
like,
wow.
And that was like one of the first times I got paid from like a video.
How many views did it get?
I mean, so it was on this website called break.com, which was like, it was like if your video got like a lot of views.
I remember that. I remember their logo had like a thunderbolt or something on it. It's like
it looked like it was like break and
it
had the things around it.
Yeah.
So break, if your video got enough views, they put it on the homepage, and then they would pay you like an exclusive. They would pay you either $800 to own the video, or $400 to license it.
Yeah.
And then you take the 400 and then you license it to a bunch of other places.
Dang.
And then,
So you learned that hustle.
Yeah. So I did that. Like, so that happened. That was the first one that went viral. And then, but yeah, so I was getting in trouble in school because of the fire stuff.
Yeah.
And because we made this new like DVD and it had the fire thing in it.
Do you do it on campus or just outside?
No, this is all outside of school.
Okay,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, so like I was working in the TV like the school news thing.
Yeah. They had the editing.
And I was like, hey, like I made this like all the videos up to this point were like skits. And stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, like I have this DVD thing. Like, can I put like a trailer of it on the news?
Why not?
And they're like, oh, sure. They're thinking that it's just all like sketches and stuff. You know? And I show it to them like just to, like for him to preview it before they would put it on. And he was like, no, we cannot show this. Like, and it's like all these really dangerous things.
Who said that? The principal?
The teacher.
The
of that
teacher.
Class.
Okay, yeah.
And I ended up getting kicked out of that class. And then I also like start getting in trouble for the fire stuff. And then I was just like, yeah, I don't like how this is playing out. And I just dropped out.
Like, what year? Like your junior?
My senior
your
year.
senior year.
My senior year, I dropped out. And I got my GED a couple weeks later.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I was not gonna be going to college.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
like,
you knew that.
I knew like sort of exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something in entertainment.
Yeah.
And I knew that like, yeah, you can go to film school, but like that doesn't really mean anything. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like okay, like connect, like.
It's like getting your degree or something.
Yeah, people are like, oh, if you get a degree now, you're not guaranteed a job and anything.
Exactly.
Like unless you like really need, if you're like going to be a doctor, like yeah, you have to go to college. You can't just do that by yourself.
Right,
you know?
right.
There's like certain things that you need to go to college for.
Yeah, but then
then there's some things that's like if you're able to do it, like that's like a skill you just learn, like filming stuff and editing and all that stuff. And in the end of the day, like yeah, going to school for it is nice, but like having like real experience doing it is like way more valuable in the end of the day.
Have you done anything with poo?
With like poop in general? Like yeah, I have.
Like are you open to do like for the future like
human poop or just like
yeah, maybe I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like I've done so I did one where it was like I'm pretty sure it was someone's poop that one of my friends.
Where you just put it under your nose or something?
No, where there was like all this poop and we like we made this giant slingshot.
Oh, with poop?
And, yeah, with poop in it, and I just stood there and it hit me in the face.
Oh my! So you
yeah.
Okay, so you definitely
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've done stuff like that. And one time we made this video.
And it hit you dead on?
Yeah, it hit me dead in the face. It took a bunch of tries to get that to work.
Yeah, but
so
then...
there was a lot of poop hitting other places, and it was very disgusting.
Yeah.
But
did it get in your eyes, or...?
I've gotten pink eye and stuff, not from that. But one time we did this thing where we put a bunch... Like, all my friends, like, shaved their pubes, and I had a potato gun. Okay. And I was trying to do this prank where...
What's a potato gun?
A potato gun, just like... It's like a... you spray like hairspray in the back of it, but it's like a combustible like thing where you take like a bunch of PVC pipes.
Yeah.
And you shove a potato down into it, and then you have to have like a grill igniter, and you spray all this hairspray in the back.
Yeah.
It's
to ignite it.
You tighten the cap, and then it's like, then you press it, and then it shoots. It's like a gun. It's literally like,
oh no.
And it shoots a potato out, but you don't have to put a potato in there. So you could put like a rag or something in there, like just like a normal like cloth.
Oh my goodness.
You could put like a cloth in there.
Is it like a pipe? Like a pipe gun type thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I've seen that
and
where
like,
they hit it.
This.
Are we even allowed to talk about this? This
a potato gun?
Yeah.
Well, we're not telling them how to make it. So
Okay, that's fine.
But a potato gun is considered like a weapon of mass destruction in California, but in Indiana, it's not.
It's not, yeah.
Yeah, I learned that like after I had a potato gun in my car and I got pulled over
is it
here.
like yeah. If you got pulled over and the cops saw that, would they know what a potato gun looks like?
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
And like, so that's a potato gun.
Oh,
it looks like a bazooka. Yeah, it looks like a bazooka.
Okay, fair enough.
And
so you stuck poo in there?
So we've done that too. But if you put, so like if you were to because if you put a potato in there and shoot it at someone, it will mess them up. Like it's bad. Like
can it break skin? Or?
Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
And then also it'll like if you shot someone in the stomach with an actual potato from a potato gun, it'll probably break their ribs.
Oh my goodness.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but it's very possible.
Yeah.
Just depends. But and also potato guns, when you make them, if you make it wrong, they can explode, and then like people have been like blinded and stuff.
Yeah,
They're dangerous. They're very dangerous. But if you put like a cloth or something in the potato gun instead of the potato, it'll just shoot out like a cloth, and then whatever. So that's like a stopper.
A stopper, yeah.
And then whatever you put in front of it will shoot out instead. And so I was always like making like thinking of weird like ways to do things like that. And we put all the pubes like in the potato gun.
That's crazy.
And when the idea was when one of my friends was to fall asleep, we were gonna put maple syrup all over their face,
and then shoot
the pubes at them so it would stick on.
Chewbacca, the Chewbacca thing. Yeah.
But we would put like sunglasses on them first so they get in their eyes.
Yeah.
And they just looked cool.
Yeah. So you did that?
Yeah, we did that. Well, I was trying to do that to my friends. My friends did that to me.
Did you get mad?
They did it to me because like I fell asleep first.
Yeah.
And I was so pissed. But then the next day I was like, dude, my eyes are like all red. Oh. And then like they're like, one of my friends was like, yeah, we put like some like butt hair in there, and I was like, dude, what?
Oh no!
And I went to the doctor and I had pink eye in both my eyes
because of the pubes and the butt hair.
And like my grandma thought like I was like smoking weed and was just high.
Oh no!
And I was like, no, I'm not high.
So you had to get antibiotic drops.
Yeah, she like wouldn't even take me to the doctor because she didn't believe me.
Yeah,
she's like, you're just getting high again.
Okay, so kids, don't mess with the potato gun.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, dude, we already made we're on our last 10 minutes here.
Cool.
Is there a potential we could still do the haunted house thing?
Oh, yeah, we should definitely do that.
You, me, Vinny, and Jeremiah.
Yeah, no, I'm totally down.
Because he got some new gear or something too for it. So maybe I don't know, maybe not the Ouija board. We won't bring the Ouija board, but maybe I don't know. I want to do something that really scares us.
Yeah, no, I'm totally down for that.
Where we just go to a very haunted place.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then maybe spend the night there.
I went to this one place in Illinois. It was like an abandoned insane asylum.
Okay.
It was so scary. Dude.
Yeah. So maybe we could do that, and then
we can find like some place. We can find something around that's like.
Yeah. Yeah. You could take it up. Yeah. You could.
Yeah. I was just like, oh my god, I'm just like going lower.
Yeah.
Like, but we'll find some place like that we can go. There's also this because I want to make like a bunch of content like out of it, and like there's this one library in LA that's haunted.
Okay.
And I talked because I was gonna film like a ghost pilot, like a ghost hunting pilot thing.
Yeah.
We can see about getting that place,
like renting it out or.
Yeah. So we were gonna do it anyways. So like that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And like we would have all night like in the library.
Oh, but just us?
Yeah, and whoever's filming us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, that would be scary. Okay.
Dude,
that'd be
especially
sick.
in like such like a place like that where it's like we're not even supposed to be here at night.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
would Vinny do it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that would be
Michael
sick.
wanted me to ask you, are you close to Matt and Ryan from Superman? She wanted to give them a shout out real quick. Or,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are dope. They're hilarious.
Yeah. So shout out to them.
Hell yeah.
What was I gonna say? Is there anything to plug too? Like, can we plug your Instagram and
yeah,
website?
yeah. Check me out on Instagram and just Zackass. On Instagram, Zackass. I'm on TikTok as Hog Johnson, HAWG Johnson.
Okay.
911.
Any future? What about your stand-up spots?
Yeah, so stand up also with Hog Johnson. You can follow Hog Johnson on Spotify. I have some parody music on there.
You do? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Check that out.
Yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
I've been making a lot of funny music.
Yeah. You write your own stuff?
I do all that stuff. And then I've been making music with this other like funny music group called Bad Circus. We're doing a bunch of stuff on there.
Do they have a YouTube channel?
They have like they're on Spotify and like all the streaming stuff. And I think there's an Instagram. And then we have I have another music group that's gonna be coming out soon called Susboy Crew.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's sort of like sort of like Limp Bizkit style stuff.
And then I don't know, Steve-O, he's about to put out an album, or he's done music too, right?
Yeah,
he talked about it like a rap thing.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of music stuff, but then I've been doing a lot of stand up.
Any future shows that?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Austin, Texas, October 27th.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in Dallas Fort Worth, November 3rd and 4th. And then,
are you having fun with it?
It's been really fun. Like I love, dude, I love doing it, and like, it's just one of those things, just you have to do it all the time.
Yeah, right.
You have to do it because like anytime that it's like I have a huge period where I don't do it or I'm not hitting open mics, or something,
it's a little
I'm
rusty?
just like,
like
I bombed at this brewery the other night, so bad.
How bad?
It was like jokes that normally people would laugh at, like not even like new, like it wasn't even just like I was trying new stuff and no one was laughing. It was like normal stuff, like I was like fumbling my word. It was bad.
You were sweating?
Yeah, dude, I was sweating. Dude, it was horrible. Like, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is horrible.
How'd you bounce back from that? Like, you
So-
give them some pointers. Like, if someone's aspiring comedian.
So the next, like literally like 2 nights later, then I did a show at Haha Comedy Club in North Hollywood.
Yeah. I've been
And
there.
that one was great.
Good.
That went great. But the thing was, usually if I bomb like that, when I first started bombing, because you have to bomb to get better. At least everyone says that.
I bomb. Yeah.
I
The
bomb.
lab's
Like
bad.
definitely. That's what I've heard. I don't want to say like I've been doing stand up forever, but because I haven't. But bombing now for me, right after I bombed that night, I was like not. Usually I'll beat myself up about it. I'm like,
You didn't
dude,
cry or nothing.
No, I didn't cry.
Yeah.
I
But
have.
did you feel like crying?
Okay, the third time I bombed really bad.
Yeah.
I cried, dude.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
But
I was
not on
like-
stage?
Not on stage. I did it outside, like walking to a restaurant. I'm like, dude, this is horrible.
Oh,
Like,
my-
dude, I was like,
It's a horrible feeling,
it's
isn't it?
so bad,
Yeah.
dude. The second time I bombed was at the Comedy Store. Like
Wait, in the OR? Or the belly room?
I forgot which room. It was like so the night before, the first time I ever did stand up,
Yeah.
was doing it was the one where you sing songs and stuff.
Yeah. Have you done stand up on the spot, Jeremiah?
I haven't done that yet.
You'd be great at that.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I did but I did this like it was Josh Adameyer's show.
Yeah.
And then I did another, like he had me come back the next night. I did okay that
Yeah,
first night.
yeah.
It was like, oh, first time, that's not bad.
Now, when you're
Then-
doing it, when you're in the first 2 minutes into your bits, right?
Yeah.
Because when I bomb, because I've bombed several times
Yeah.
too. One time in Tempe too.
Yeah.
It was a pretty big show, and I bombed badly.
Yeah.
Because I did a cowboy rap.
Yeah.
But the one on at the Improv, it wasn't even just bombing. I could tell they didn't like me.
Yeah.
They're like, and I could tell like nothing I could do.
Yeah.
I was already like, okay.
The crowd's just against you.
Yeah,
dude.
there's nothing. There's no
Yeah,
digging
there's
myself out of
nothing.
this hole.
Yeah.
And not only that, this other Asian guy in the front.
Yeah.
This older Filipino man, like he heckled me.
Yeah.
And so he goes, "Yeah, good luck with that," or he said something like that, and I didn't acknowledge that. So I'm like, "Oh no!" And then it was like the Twilight Zone where
Yeah.
like the whole room was like I was
Yeah.
in slow motion, like this is going badly.
Yeah.
But so did you know when that's happening? Do you know in your mind this is not going good?
Yeah, definitely I do. And then like usually I'll try to like fix like go to the next thing, but it just depends. Like I'm so new too. It's like if I get to a point where I'm like doing bad, it's hard for me to get out of it.
Because certain comedians could do.
Sometimes I've gotten out of it, like, but then sometimes it's not the case.
Right.
But yeah, like after I bombed at that brewery though, I was like thinking to myself, I was like, oh man, like that was bad. But then I was like, okay.
Bombing.
Guys,
what's your definition of bombing? Was it just silence, a sea of silence?
That too. That's definitely I think is bombing.
Yeah.
Also, if like you don't like, if you only get like one laugh, like like I don't like maybe if you get like one laugh, maybe.
Yeah.
But like there's sometimes where it's like okay, like maybe like a couple jokes hit, but then nothing else does.
Yeah.
And that no one's on board,
Oh.
Yeah.
Right,
So maybe like my definition of bombing is maybe like not
right. Maybe
it's not as
having
bad.
A bad
like,
set. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like not. So I'm also just really hard on myself.
Right.
But because also sometimes I've been like, dude, I bombed, and then someone's like, that wasn't bomb. Like that wasn't a bomb. That wasn't a bomb.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually I'll be like freaking out on myself, and I'll be like, dude, that sucked. Like maybe maybe I shouldn't do, or something like that.
Right.
And then I'm just like, but this time I was like, okay, just I need to do more open mics. I need to like change this. Like, what can I fix?
Mm-hmm.
And then like, I just like sort of just thought about it again. I rewrote a bunch of stuff too.
Yeah.
And I just was like, okay, just keep doing it. Like, it's gonna be okay. It's not.
Yeah,
a big deal.
and it's a part of the process too, right?
It's not a huge deal. And then the next show is great.
And you're doing it right now. You're traveling. You're doing, are you doing hit festivals now too?
No, not yet.
I could see you doing like a skank fest, all
that would be really fun.
Yeah.
I'm doing Texas, then I'm doing a bunch of dates in Tulsa, Oklahoma, right before Christmas, and then into New Year's.
Nice.
And then I'm doing Little Rock, Arkansas. And like
that
a bunch
should
of
be a banger. That'll be a banger.
Yeah, I have a bunch of family there right now, so that's gonna be.
Oh, they're gonna love you out there.
Yeah. And then I'm doing like somewhere near Philly, and then I think in DC.
There you go.
Like I have it's all like one like I sort of set that up where it's not like right after each other. Mm-hmm. It's like this month I'm doing that, this month I'm doing that. So I have time to promote everything. But
yeah, I think you're doing well. I think. Yeah.
But,
so dude. That flew by.
Hell yeah, that was awesome.
Dude,
that was fun.
We got to do that.
We have to go ghost hunting.
We got to do the haunted. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. Go to patreon.com/Steebee Weebee if you want to help support the platform. Definitely check out Scissor Bros on Fridays. Those are the uploads are there. Subscribe there. Go to Instagram/Kwangoo. I'm working on I'm real close to finishing my music project. I'm like a song away. I got to just hurry up and get it done. It's called Puer Eternos. That's like the man-child, the Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah.
I was kind of talking about stuff like that at the beginning. But I produced 99% of the tracks on there. Tune in for that, and definitely follow Zack. Did you want to plug something else?
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a podcast now called Maximum Zack.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check out my podcast.
Hey, can I be a guest there?
You have to be a guest on it.
Thank you.
100%, dude.
And what's the format like?
Yeah, it's just so I've just been like interviewing people, but then also Jeremiah came on and we just talked about random shit.
Okay.
About nothing.
Yeah.
And but yeah, what we just did right now was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should go ghost hunting and then have you on there.
Yeah. What if we just do the Ouija board the whole time?
Dude, just do the Ouija board the whole podcast. That's another thing. Like, I want to do another series where like I just go ghost hunting in like places that you would normally go ghost hunting.
Yeah.
And just like do stuff like that because that would be really fun.
I want to get scared.
So do I.
Yeah, and Halloween's coming up. It's gonna be. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be sick.
Hey, man, it's good seeing you, bro.
That was great, dude. Hell yeah.